And welcome to Sideline the Agenda, sports podcasting done right. I am Scott. With me is Kevin and Chris. Major League Baseball press is on. Jonathan Isaac stands alone, and we've got fair or foul coming up. But first, over 40 NFL players are choosing to opt out of the 2020 season. That number will no doubt continue to grow. 8 players have already opted out on the New England Patriots alone. If a NFL player can make a case that they are at high risk for COVID-19, they can earn $350,000 for 2020 and an accrued NFL season. And players without risk can earn $150,000 for opting out. So, guys, going to start with you, Chris. Given the money on the table and the accrued season, which puts a freeze on your contract so you can make the same money next season, what is the upside playing in 2020? I mean, why not take, in essence, the paid vacation?
Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, always follow that money. What is the incentive? If you're going to get paid, especially if you can say that you're high risk, you're going to get paid that amount of money to just sit back, not risk any kind of injury. What you go out there and play for? I mean, there's guys that are actually going out there trying to earn longer contracts. They're trying to earn a spot on the team, so they've got more to fight for than some other guys that are more well established. Especially if it's basically you're taking the year off without taking a hit on your contract. You're just going to come back and keep the exact same contract. Like that's a sweet deal. But what's the agenda behind that? Are you actually incentivizing guys to not play? Are we incentivizing the fear to be a lot more rampant and just blame it on the coronavirus when you've got all these guys that are opting out and not really spreading the fact that these guys are getting basically paid off to not play? So it's definitely a weird situation. And then also, who are the guys that are deemed to be at high risk and the other guys that aren't? I mean, I guess, if you've got asthma, I guess that would be considered high risk. There's been some cases that it can cause, the coronavirus can cause scarring of the lungs for life, apparently. If you've got maybe a sickly wife or some sickly children, then I guess they would be deemed high risk. And I guess you, in connection with them, then that would deem you high risk. So you get that extra payday as well. I mean, $350,000 compared to what a lot of these guys are making isn't necessarily that a whole lot of money when you're making millions and millions of dollars. But at the same time, if you're going to keep making those millions and millions of dollars next year and you still got the remainder of your contract to be fulfilled, and you're going to get $350,000 to just, hey, go home, stay in good shape, don't get hurt, stay with your family. I can't really blame any guys for taking that option for sure.
I actually agree with Chris. I mean, if you've already been established, you're a player and you're pretty successful, and you can sit out and you can take, you can give medical documentation that you're at a liability and you're now at high risk. You don't have to get hit. You don't have to go to practice. You don't have to do anything. It seems like absolutely like a vacation sitting at home. Why not? Let's sit home. Let's get paid. Let's stay with our family. I mean, during the season, they don't spend a whole lot of time with their family. I have no problem with players opting out of the season if they feel like they're at high risk. That's not a problem. Absolutely. I mean, you got to take care of yourself, But this is what we're really talking about here. I mean, if any more players opt out, will the NFL be able to play this year? Will they have a season? This is something that we all have to be asking. Are NFL going to be able to afford all the people that opt out? Are they going to be able to afford to keep their contracts up? Are they going to be able to afford the players to come back if they're out of shape next year or the following, whenever we do get back into normal season play? It's very interesting. A lot of questions to be asked.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Chris, in regards to the NFL season and it potentially getting interrupted by this coronavirus?
Well, I mean, it's one of the same topics we talked about a couple weeks ago. Are they basically setting the NFL up for failure, setting it up to pull the rug out last second because they know that this is the sport that Americans clamor on the most? With all the other things that are going on in this country and in this world right now. Now you're going to take football away. It just keeps stoking those flames, adding more angst and anger to a lot of people that just want to escape and watch a damn football game, you know? And even if they do have some games and you're like, oh, who's this guy? Who's that guy? How come this guy isn't playing? How come this person isn't playing? Oh, well, now I don't even care again. So it just seems like the agenda